That's my theme music. It's your girl Candy K. Lynn,
Hi, and it's Coco Shikari.
and we are back for another episode of The Mess. So I have a new partner who likes to join me in the mess. She replaced Mr. Shaw because he loved the segment so much. He decided to pass the ball. So we are back, and baby, we are talking about all the girls.
Yeah.
All the ladies of hip hop and R&B have had Twitter on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter is rolling. Tell the girls what's been going on.
Yeah. It's been going up. Instagram's been going up. Facebook's been going up. Everybody's been going up. All the media has been going up.
What happened? What got everybody talking? It's been like the last 2 weeks.
Okay, so we missed out on Coachella, but the girls went and did their thing on Coachella. The City Girls, Megan, everybody did their thing at Coachella, so it was up. What else? Megan went on Gayle King's show and talks about her and Tori's situation, which I mean, it actually didn't get that many good responses. Everybody was kind of like Team Tory after the interview, which I seen the interview. I feel for Megan. I definitely feel for Megan. I think that situations like this shouldn't have too many outside input until the verdict is said. But you know how social media is. They're absolutely awful. What did you get a chance to look at it? What did you think?
I didn't. I feel like the men. I feel like the guys are out here like you may be too young to remember the episode of Dallas Who Shot JR. I
Mm-mm.
feel like this whole Megan situation has turned into who really shot Megan for the men. Because I'm seeing so many men commenting on it because they're saying, well, Tori didn't do it. Well, I don't know. I just know that she said he shot her, said dance, bitch, dance. Kind of like a movie. Like it's all
Yeah.
unnecessary reality show kind of playing out for the world to see. I don't know what happened. I feel like her best friend was in the car. Obviously, I feel like Tori felt some kind of way from
Yeah.
the whole situation. I feel like Tori absolutely felt some kind of way, and I don't put it past her. But it's like at this point, you're not friends. She's not friends with what's her name anymore.
Mm-mm.
So
Not she's not friends with the whole team. Not
yeah,
TJ, not everybody. They're not
so
cool.
would she cover? There would be no reason for her to cover for anybody else shooting her.
Right.
So why would she lie about Tori shooting her at this point? We know
Right.
she got shot. And obviously, at this point, ballistics show that she didn't shoot herself. So
Hmm.
somebody shot her. Do I think that her legal team is smart in representation for why are we talking about this? That's still in litigation.
Yeah.
Why are we making disowns?
Yeah.
Still in litigation. He has the gag order. You're talking. If it happened, let's get a verdict,
Yeah.
and then let's come for him.
Which is the side that I was on as well. I mean, I do understand her wanting to get out there and talk about it because she gets dragged through the mud weekly about this certain situation. But I also can agree with Cocktails with Queens. It comes on Fox Soul. They had some commentary towards her going on the show as well, and they said that wasn't necessarily her playing her cards right, and they just wanted her to get the best verdict, the best outcome out of the situation, in which I can also believe. I don't know who her team was or is, but I don't think that was a very good. Yeah, I don't think that was good. I don't think that was a good decision. At least wait till after, or yeah, I don't know. But the
I
story she wanted to
I
get this.
think we agree. I agree. I just don't know why we're talking about it. I feel like let the verdict speak for itself and then talk to us about it afterwards. Because you're giving people ammunition. You
Yeah,
know, now are we questioning, people are questioning your credibility. What does this really do for your career? Are you lying or were you really a victim of domestic violence? Because this is family and domestic violence type situation. Or did you make it up? So I just think it's just way too many questions for us to be pondering.
mm,
And since we're talking about litigation, let's just keep talking about other court cases that are currently taking place. Blac Chyna versus the Kardashians,
The whole
the
Kardashian crew,
whole family.
the
Like,
entire crew. Oh my gosh. In court now, I will say that when they had released some of the information that was said in court, I could see both sides, but I don't really think I like how Miss Chris, and listen, I'm a Kardashian stan too. I like them. I don't necessarily like everything that they do or everything that they stand for, but I think, the amount of success and the things that they've built, I think that they're pretty cool and they're, something to look up to. But what Chris said in court really just drove me. She said that, or what Chris referred to, what they said that she said in court was that Blac Chyna was ghetto. She referred to her being ghetto. And I know that in the Black community, that's like fighting words when somebody else outside of our community calls us ghetto or refers to any like Black slang at all referring to us. I thought that was terrible. Like, Chris, remember, you're still a Caucasian woman. You can't say certain things about Black women, and especially in an environment where it can go public. Like, why would you say something like that?
well, let's remember you also have Black granddaughters now. So whatever you want to put in them,
That too.
your whole crew, except for those Courtney kids, they're all Black.
Mm-hmm.
So you called your granddaughter's mother ghetto, which means she's probably raising your ghetto granddaughter. And listen, I'm quick to call somebody ghetto. Like, if you hood, maybe you just hood.
Yeah.
But I agree. It's also understanding as the world is changing. Those Black granddaughters are not gonna be so happy when Dream gets a hold of that transcript and you were calling her mama ghetto.
Yeah.
So you know, and I think that Blac Chyna, our behavior, right? We have these shows because we do kind of talk about how life is changing and we learn, we live and we learn. But there were some pretty damning allegations made against Blac Chyna in courts, from kind of explaining why Rob Kardashian wouldn't have to pay you, why the show would be canceled if you allegedly put a gun to Rob's head and choked him with a iPhone cord. I mean, these are kind of
they alleged that
serious.
she was very abusive, so that they alleged that she was very abusive.
And we know she's been arrested for alcohol issues.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a good play. I think for me, Kris Jenner is the mastermind of creating the perfect public relations storm, right? Kris Jenner has the power to put things together, and she turned a sex tape into a billion-dollar empire eventually, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's great at it. I just don't think Kris Jenner is probably the person to go at.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Blac Chyna getting pregnant by Rob was a slight at the family to begin with because Rob was vulnerable. This is just my personal opinion of how this is eventually going to play out in court. Rob was the vulnerable party. He was your way into the Kardashian empire.
Mm-hmm.
He was your get back at Kylie. You have a Kardashian baby. It gets you in the rims of the reality television because you now are part of the family.
Mm-hmm.
And your other behavior, Kris Jenner was never going to let those things come to light.
Yeah.
So reality TV is drama. What happens to their brand if some of this stuff is released in episodes for television?
Yeah. It goes up. More money.
But does it help? Does it help Kourtney, Khloe, Kendall, Kylie? Her behavior being the way that because Rob doesn't care. Rob is out of the spotlight most of the time. He really doesn't care. But does it help the Kardashian brand to have Blac Chyna associated with the Kardashians behaving in those manners?
Yeah.
So it sounds like bullying.
Yeah.
Protecting an empire.
I think that, like, I don't know, especially speaking towards the situation, because Rob was not innocent either. He posted explicit photos of Blac Chyna several times on social media, which are still able to be seen via, all you have to do is write in Blac Chyna nudes anywhere, and they'll pop up everywhere. And so I feel like, Rob can play the victim all day, but we all know that two plays a part in situations. Not saying that she was not the aggressor, but we all know that the two can play the game. And so when I look at this situation, I really do feel bad for both sides, because it's like Blac Chyna and Kim were once best friends. They were
Yeah, I saw that.
they were once really, really close, and then of course, little sis was, you know, so it had some little, it grew some animosity. So she tried to get back, and then it's just like the tit for tat keeps going back and forth at this point. And when will it stop? Like, will anybody ever just apologize and go forward in this? Also, on Twitter, they brought up how the Kardashians were attacking Jordan when that situation came out. So they also used that in court. Like, okay, we understand that Blac Chyna allegedly is the aggressor, but that does not mean that you guys did not bully her out of a platform, because you tried to bully Jordan out of a platform, but the Black community, we just would not stand for that. And now, of course, she's doing 10 times better than what she was before that situation occurred. But you guys have a history of trying to bully girls, you know?
And if you follow them, right? I like the Kardashians too. I love to watch and see where they're going on vacation, where they're staying. So it sets my goals for, as I move up the ladder. But
Mhm.
I agree with you because I just feel like, wasn't Travis, what's his name? Wasn't he with the Richie girl who was also friends with Kim? Wasn't Travis Barker at some point with Nicole Richie? Or maybe I made that up. Nicole Richie and Kim weren't they really good friends? Because Kim was friends with Paris at one point in time. She was friends with Brandy, and so there seems to be a tendency of sleeping with our friends' brothers
Mhm.
here that's taking place,
Mhm.
and our friends' boyfriends, because Chloe got the karma for Kylie's behavior. But but Kim was friends with Lala and Trina and them, from my understanding, and because Trina and Lala are really good friends. Kim and Lala are really good friends. And Chloe at one point in time was sleeping with French Montana that Trina was with allegedly. So it seems to be karma
Yeah.
that recycles itself. And then they do kind of go to the bullying, but I come from a bully family, so I kind of understand.
But it's like, okay, you can't cry wolf and be the
I
bully.
agree.
You can't cry wolf and be the wolf. Like, it just doesn't work like that. And I hope that all parties, I'm not really for one side or the other. I hope that all parties get whatever justice or clarity, whatever closure, whatever that they
Close it.
need.
Close it. I agree.
For sure. I really hope that they do it. I hope that everybody learns the lesson. Like, just mind your business. Mind the
and
business of.
and be mindful. Be mindful of who we decide that we're going to, stop sleeping with each other's brothers maybe at
Yeah,
this point, and stop undercutting other women, because that
yeah,
seems to be a lot of their issues, sliding in on other women and not respecting their space. My mom says we never cry wolf. You're right, mom, we never cry wolf, but we are sometimes the aggressor. So you are definitely Chris Jenner. I definitely was raised with the original blueprint.
Mhm.
So we had some other news. There was some hip hop mess as well. Like, so Meg wasn't the only female hip hop rapper in the spotlight. Queen Nicki is back, and I heard there was some mess with her as well.
My girl Nikki, I'm a Nikki stan, is headlining every week. It feels like, but this week, or between last week and this week, Erica Banks. She is a newer rapper. I won't say that
From
she's.
that,
Yeah, she's from Dallas. She's a Texas native. Had a few things to say on an interview about Nicki Minaj, and saying how she has reached out so many times to get her on a feature or be a feature for one of her songs, and Nicki never responded. So the commentary she had towards it is that Nicki only gets hops on songs with women who are below her pen skill. And so it was basically saying, like, every time Nicki hops on a song, she has to be better than the other woman. When it's women, she has to be better than the other woman. Which, I mean, I absolutely love Nicki, so I have nothing to say. But I can see why. I can see why she would say that, because she's hopped on a lot of newer girls who were, fresh, like fresh on the scene. So I can see why she would say that. But Nicki Stan, I have to be loyal to the soil.
So she hopped on something with Beyonce though. Her and B did a track a while back, right?
She did, yep.
So she did
I'm
something
feeling
with
myself.
Beyonce.
I'm feeling
Yeah. So
myself. I
she
think
did
that's.
feeling myself with Beyonce.
Uh-huh.
Um, y'all know I'm not a Nicki fan because this has been the repeated message in the industry about Nicki not being able to enjoy this space with the other ladies. But I blame hip hop. I blame an industry, and anybody who listens to me will learn really quick about me. I love Cardi. I believe in the Cardi B effect because Cardi came out punching, screaming, and kicking, being Cardi. Nicki was birthed in an industry where they created the Nicki Minaj bars, where they created an image of Nicki of who they needed Nicki to be. So
Mhm.
I think Nicki is kind of lost in the sauce of trying to break away from what the industry has taught her.
Mhm.
The industry told her you can't be number one and collab with these girls. You can't be yourself and collab with these girls. You can't date Kenneth Petty. We didn't even know who Safari was for the first 10 years of her career.
No.
We had no clue she was in a relationship for 10 years and he was one of her ghostwriters. We had no clue. So I have to blame the industry that birthed Nicki as an artist. And
Mhm.
I think that being called to task and being able to finally sit in the room with other women, I think at some point it will come because I think that Nicki hasn't lost her position for a lot of women. They still love Nicki.
Mhm.
And why can't I love Nicki and love Cardi and love Erykah and
All at the
Asian
same
Doll
time.
at the same time? Because I'm a Meg fan and I'm a Cardi fan. And you can't tell me no difference.
Everybody's fan. Like, I think I'm everybody's fan, honestly. Like, when a girl makes a song and it's popping, like, I'm gonna play it regardless.
Right. Because we be
Who I
like
support
busted.
for.
Busted. Like busted.
Right.
when I
Like,
you
it's
know,
always hot.
I heard it, and even more so because she is a Dallas native. So it's just like someone needs to sit down with Nikki, sis. If y'all can post this, send it to Nikki's DMs. Sis, baby, the world still loves you. You are still amazing as Nikki. You will forever be embedded in hip hop history as one of the greatest to ever do it. You
Mhm.
can hop on the you see what happened with WAP, Cardi
Mhm.
and Meg. It was
Yeah,
the
it was hot.
uproar.
It was hot for a long time.
So what happens when you Nikki, who's been the queen, elevates another queen? What happens? It's okay. So y'all tell Nikki it's okay. Like, girl, stop listening to them people that didn't look like you and told you had to beef with all the rest of your sisters. You don't.
Yeah, you
Because your
don't.
girls is gonna root for you all over the world. Women all over the world that love Nikki. That is not going to change.
Yeah, she's gonna be a household name probably forever. I'm
She
sure.
is. She's solidified in hip hop history. You don't even have to, for her, the run that she's had in history, when you think about the greats that came before her,
Mhm.
women's hip hop was Queen Latifah, MC Light, like we
Right.
we 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 got a few, the Brat, like there weren't a lot of names.
Mhm.
Nicki Minaj is in that conversation. The ciphers that you've done, you're not fighting for your spot anymore in hip hop. You
Mhm.
are female hip hop royalty at this point. Bring your sisters along.
Right. But see, I also think, and this is just like a short little side note, I also think within our community, we have a hard time with wanting everybody at the top. It always has to be like one person or one main person or a head honcho at the top and everybody falls underneath. Like, that's kind of been the narrative that I always see and hear people talk about. Like, not that they want to be the only one, but they want to be the only one at the top. And it's only room for one of us at the top. And I hate that. So our community definitely needs to work on that.
We do.
Sure.
But we gotta tell each other. We gotta support. She needs to hear it. Nikki is gonna be okay. Like people are still gonna buy your albums. You're still gonna be number one. You're still gonna sell concert tickets. People care what that baby boy looks like of yours. They care about your life. And whoever you collaborate with,
Uh-huh.
it's going to be a hit because if the beat is, call Beethoven. Like I can get you a beat, sis. like, you know, call
Yeah.
Kanye. I'm sure Kanye needs to do something. why he's been off the radar for a while. Like it's just there's so much that we can do, and I think that because because Cardi and Meg and Beyonce collaborated, these are things that we will forever talk about in history. You guys are creating female rap history. You're taking it where Queen Latifah and them dipped into it. You've been able to elevate it because there aren't so many barriers blocking you.
Yeah.
They didn't have the internet to get followers. They didn't have barbs.
Mm-hmm.
You've got barbs. You've got real life supporters that are riding Nicki from now until they're 60 years old and trying to twerk with a walker.
Yeah.
Just like we are, like I am trying to find tickets to go see Jodeci and New Edition. Like
I happen to love Jodeci and New Edition.
I saw Earth, Wind, and Fire. Like people are old, baby. You can do this for a very long time
A long time.
and still be respected at a high level. So,
I feel
Nicki,
like the ultimate like flag being waved would be a Little Kim and Nicki Minaj song. I feel like that would be the icebreaker. I feel like
I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't be against it at all. I would be for it. The young queen, the original queen
mm-hmm.
of R&B and hip hop, like of rap, like what she did with Biggie in the East Coast at that time.
Yep.
Come on, Nicki. Like, but you can do it. Like that's my thing. Y'all need to call us. We can put these things together, get some tours.
Yes.
Like, you know how crazy a Meg, Cardi, Nicki tour would be?
Yes.
Starring Lil Kim.
Like I feel
Girls,
like
ladies night.
on that, the sales and then like within each city, the little features, the Erykah Banks in Dallas, the
Asian Doll in Detroit.
The girls would make
Doll. Cash Doll is Detroit. Asian Doll, Brett Doll, Baby Doll, City Girls in Miami.
all the girls, they would make a coin, and I'm here for it. And if it gets out there, we said it first.
I'm gonna hold on to our receipts, right?
Yeah,
holding on our receipts. So we love you, R&B. I mean, because you give us something. You're giving us what the men have been giving rap music since the late 70s. So I think ladies need to really honor their space, and I think that's in that manifestation of destiny conversations that young women need to have. Girl, call me, honey. I'll get your life together. What else is going on in the hip hop sphere or in the universe?
So Miss KeKe Palmer, I absolutely love KeKe, and she's just such a gentle soul to me, like just very, very authentic, very genuine, and very herself. She was out at a bar, and a fan walked up to her and wanted to take a picture. She did not want to take the picture, but the fan invaded her space, was taking pictures of her, was in her face for a camera, recording her. And KeKe said that she just kind of laughed it off. But had she been a regular person and put hands on the girl, like it would have been all bad. Or had she been a celebrity and beat the girl up, she would have headlined for being the aggressor.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of agree, because we're getting into like the topic that celebrities are people too, which they are. But when you have fans at the same time, it's like, do you expect them not to act like that when they see their favorite person in the flesh?
So there's a preacher out of Houston, Keon. Keon is out of Houston, and he's actually dating Shaunie O'Neal now. And he talks about the fact of you can't disregard the people that you wanted to watch you, support you, and follow you, who got you there. So it's one of those situations with the KeKe Palmer situation. I do believe when people tell you no, you should respect and honor that.
Right.
But you do have to make time for your fans. Right. Even in your lowest moments. So that's why celebrities shut down things for people who don't understand, who's never been in that world. Because sometimes you do need peace. Sometimes you do want quiet. But sometimes it's just taking that picture with that fan to get them to, like, hi, cheese, move on. So I think they've got to find balance with balancing out. Okay, this is a fan. I'm gonna take the picture. I'm gonna tell them nicely, But if people tell you no, Should you really film them and disrespect them?
Yeah. Cause I could see if it was a Blac Chyna. I could see, or Lil Kim. Lil Kim actually was in an argument with a few protesters. They were like earthly people. Don't destroy the earth type of people. And so she had a fur something on. And Lil Kim was squaring up with the lady. And she was like, had my daughter been with me, I would have stumped you out. So I could understand the celebrities a human thing, but I just think that it's just something when you see the person that you grew up watching, the person that you follow on Instagram, like when you see them, of course that's kind of the reaction. Like that's gonna be the reaction. But respect the no. I do say respect the no. Respect the no, or you're gonna be squaring up like Lil Kim did. So
and you can't. And there's also a piece of understanding that they deal with this all day. And I know a lot of people don't like to deal with that, but I look at the fact that one day I'm going to be very, very famous, right? Because I'm great at what I do. I don't want to really be famous, but unfortunately, with your skill, sometimes that comes with the territory. Okay, and so y'all are hearing me say now, you don't have to stop me, even if I'm your first favorite personality. You can deuce me and I'll deuce you back. I'll wave. I don't want to be bothered all the time. So being in the world where I am around a lot of celebrities, y'all, they don't want to be bothered. They're tired. I have seen people literally like try and sneak on the elevator with their head down, hoping you won't recognize them. Charles Woodson, I was talking to my mom on the phone one night and I was like, Mom, there's Charles Woodson. I watched Charles Woodson at the University of Michigan growing up, and he was kind of like deucing. But he was walking out the door, so I wasn't going to go chase him.
Yeah.
So it's one of those situations where like, I try to do it quietly. Jason Witten of the Cowboys was another one. You try to do it quietly because a lot of times people don't know who these celebrities are.
Right.
But until you start recording KeKe Palmer, now everybody else in the bar needs to pull out their phone and see who she is. So sometimes we need to understand that, yes, that may be your favorite human in the world, right? Ask her if she tells you no, respect her space.
Respect
and
that.
move on. And maybe the next time you can get her at an autograph signing, you can ask. And when I do, there's only a very few people that I need pictures with, right? Robin Roberts, I love you. Robin, I was like, I'm going to find Robin. And I did. But Robin had been working all day and I knew that. And I said, I absolutely love you. Do you mind taking a quick picture with me? And she was absolutely beautiful with it. Like, she asked me my name, we talked, and I met Amber. So prayers for Amber, as Amber is going and dealing with illness right now. But it was a quick moment, right? I literally needed 2 seconds of her time. Nobody else was around. So I think it's a reality that as much as we love these people, they're human. They love their families. They love their dinner. They want to drink.
They're hungry too. They want a glass of wine.
They want, they just want to enjoy their wine, and they don't want to drink their wine and be on Instagram in the morning. Like, oh, Coco was having 4 shots last night. We don't want that to be the headline. We want to be able to go to the bar, right? Speaking this into existence, we want to be able to meet in New York and go to the bar. And yes, you recognize us, but we go on about our business. So I think if people think about it from the perspective of maybe one day you're going to be a celebrity, would you want to be bothered?
I will say at the Galleria, I've seen several celebrities at the Galleria just chilling with their bodyguards. Well, they don't really look like bodyguards, but chilling with their bodyguards and security, shopping and stuff. And I would say I've never bothered them. I remember seeing Travis Scott, Lil Durk, Pooh Shiesty. I remember seeing like all of them just down in Houston chilling because they have a concert or an appearance, and I never bothered them. Just because, for one, you don't know how they're gonna react, and for two, like you said, people do need their space. But that's just me though. Other people go crazy when they see celebrities and they almost lose their mind. Like, do you ever see Beyonce out?
That's wild. Like, imagine what Beyonce would go through just simply, like, listen, let me tell y'all really quick, just from experience, y'all, they like camp outside of where the football players are staying. People show up in the bars. you
Yeah.
know, there are always these groups and groups of people. And it's just like, y'all, I promise. I have met so many of them. I have worked events, you know, you're ecstatic. Like I met Taraji before she was like Taraji and Biz
Hmm.
Marquee and Luda, and you're working with them. So just think about the fact that people like us have to work with them. Like you in this career, you're doing writers and you're getting them booked for shows, and they're
Yeah.
not going to work with So I just we think about it from a different perspective because we are attached to this world. But for other people, I tell y'all, like they'll be nice to you sometimes, but sometimes just respect the no.
Yeah.
Move on. Move
And
on.
sometimes they're looking a little raggedy. They have off days too. And why would you want to take a picture of me with my wig not on? Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to take a picture of me and my eyebrows are not done? My face is looking a little blemishy. Why would you want to do that?
Let me live.
Let me live.
Let me live. Let me
Let
live.
me look regular.
One time, right? Let me just be. Let people just be sometimes. Let them be. You know.
But I've never been a celebrity though. So when that comes around, I don't know how I'm gonna react really. I probably will be excited. But that's
The
just
first 5 years,
the
years
first
six, seven, eight, 6, 7, 8. I'm not gonna be excited. I'm telling y'all now.
time.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
be
did you
excited.
see Saucy Santana? Did you see them like pulling up at his hotel after his performance? Him and Lotto, they're on tour right now. It was
Okay.
like hundreds of people like crowding around him, ganging up on him, trying to get into his hotel, chasing after him. And he was just like, he couldn't even open the door. Like chest was up to the door of them trying to come and get him. And he's just now breaking out for everybody who doesn't know who Saucy Santana is. Um, he's just now breaking out. He's a rapper, best friend of the City Girls. And so he has like a bunch of songs out now. And they just like bombarded him. And he was excited, but I feel like I could see fear and excitement at the same time because they kind of look similar. But I could definitely understand that reaction, his reaction. It was crazy.
Y'all, that's why celebrities. And I'm telling you, like people, quit being crazy.
Yeah.
Quit being crazy. Because if somebody gets hurt, now you want to sue him. No
Yeah.
one told you to follow us to the hotel. And
Yeah.
then, in order for you to know he was at the hotel, somebody sent it out.
Somebody had to say something.
Somebody sent it out. And what people do is at the hotels, they linger. They
Hmm.
linger to see who, because a lot of times people who are staying in the hotels, they have no clue who these people are, y'all.
Hmm.
They have no clue. Some of the biggest athletes in the world, you would never guess. These people don't even know who they are. But it takes one person, it takes me working at the register to send you a message. Girl, Saucy's staying here.
Guess who's here?
Now you didn't told everybody Saucy here, and now
And she done
everybody
told
outside.
Tina that Saucy Santana is staying
Staying at the
downtown.
Marriott,
Yeah, staying at
10,
Post. Yeah.
Post Oak.
Pull up, everybody. Oh no! Now that could be dangerous. That reminds me of the movie The Bodyguard. Is that the name of it? With Whitney Houston? Yeah, that reminds me of that movie where she had to be carried out. Oh no, that is frightening. That is very
And
frightening.
people used to do that for Michael Jackson all the time. Michael.
Yeah,
Y'all,
no.
please, we are in 2022. You have access to your favorite celebrities on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter.
Right.
Leave these people alone. Like, if you see them one on one by yourself and you can be like, hey, can I get a quick picture? They say, yeah, take your picture, move on. Please don't fangirl. Just
Yeah, don't fangirl.
don't fan guy. Like,
Yeah, it's frustrating. Yeah.
move on. Move on.
Move on.
What else do we have?
What do we have on here? Oh, we have music turning 25. Mary J. Blige's album Share My World turned 25 April 22nd.
Okay, so I pulled up Share My World because, I'm not like a lot of these music heads. I have
Uh-huh.
to go back and remember what's on the album because I've
Yeah,
slept in 25 years, right? I've
yeah.
really, really, really slept. And so, um,
Okay, let me see what she has on here.
Cry is on here. Not Gonna Cry, Share My World, Love Is All We Need, And I Can Love You. I can love
Yes.
you. I
I,
can love you. Yes.
it make me
I
want to get
can love
glasses.
you better than she can. Y'all don't judge my singing and my voice hurts. But that is on here, y'all. And not gonna cry, y'all. You said Whitney Houston.
Mhm.
Waiting to Exhale.
Yeah.
Waiting to Exhale was like, so Mary J is iconic at this
Is
point.
very much so.
Iconic. Iconic. So as you said, we get that auntie, that drunk auntie dance. I don't know what she be doing, but
Yeah. And every now and then, if I'm feeling the song, I'm gonna hit the Mary J. Blige iconic kick and swing. I'm going to do it, and I don't care who is embarrassed. I'm doing it for sure. So if I have some thigh high boots with some glasses and let the thigh high boots be white, I'm doing the kick and swing. I'm going to do it.
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, y'all. We are old. And then Erykah Badu, did I see Baduizm turned 25?
Yes, it did.
Y'all. So Erica's also from the D. Gotta represent like my Dallas people stay trending on here. On and on was on here. Apple Tree and my stuff. I guess I'll see you next lifetime.
Love that song.
So for those of you who are not familiar, you need to go get you a Mary J. Blige album. I do realize now that I talk to people who are not 25 years old. I realize that every day at work as my kids as I talk to my kids and they're like, I have no idea who you're talking about. Yeah, so Erykah Badu, Mary J. Blige, salute to the legends and those albums. Y'all, we gave you 36 good minutes of
Yeah,
entertainment tonight. It's your girl Candy K. Lynn.
it is Coco Shikari.
You guys you're watching and you're listening to Pull Up the Podcast every week here on Facebook Live and YouTube. Go follow us on Twitter. Make sure you like and subscribe. Until next week, guys, we out.
Pull up, pull up.